Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Busy day. Had some meetings to take care of with the volunteer work that I'm doing now with the department. But yeah, just kind of craziness. I want to let you all know that this weekend is our monthly meeting. So this Sunday, for those of you that come, know where it's at. It's the same time, same place. It's the same as always. So you can come this Sunday, the 25th of February, I believe that's correct. We are doing a class and demonstration, discussion, presentation, I don't know, on solar off-grid systems. So you want to come and learn about it. We've got a guy that's a long-time expert. I mean, he's lived off-grid many years, and he has owned a company that sold off-grid systems. He's since retired and everything, but the man is probably the most knowledgeable person I know when it comes to that. So he's going to be putting on a demonstration, and I think you'll enjoy it. So please come. If you don't know where we're at, but you're in the area and you'd like to attend anyways, it is open to the public. It's a family-friendly event. We have a potluck, so people bring stuff and everybody eats. Shoot me an email and I'll get with you on the details of how to get there. I decided I wasn't going to talk about news today. It's the same old, right? You know, it's all falling apart. It's a collapse. The world is burning. It's like, what's the meme, you know, the house is burning down around and the little dog sitting there, you know, sipping tea or something like that. And everything's fine. I mean, that's the state that we're in right now. That's the mentality of most people, even though in the back of their minds, they know that that's not the case. They know that things aren't fine. They know that things are falling apart. They know that it's a big old dumpster fire, but they feel they can't do anything about it. So they just do their best to ignore it and hope that it goes away, or that it's much less painful than what they think it could be. You and I are different. You and I see what's happening and have made a decision to be proactive against it. That's really what prepping is. That's what self-sufficient living is. That's what homesteading is. That's what really building a community is. It's being proactive. You know, if you go back in the old days when there actually were real communities of people that, you know, took care of each other and helped each other and pulled together in times of, you know, tough things going on, they were doing it to get through bad things. That's why they did it. You know, the people that went off out west, the first pioneers and stuff that did it on their own, a lot of them didn't make it, you know, and the ones that did, they finally realized that having other people around was really necessary. Only a few people really are capable, especially nowadays, of being a lone wolf. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying it's going to be really hard for everyone. And so they realized that the best way to really survive tough times is to have others around you that you can pull together and survive. And so, yeah, that's really what it is. It's just kind of getting ready for the times ahead. There could be good times, there could be bad times. We don't know. I think right now it's pretty safe to say that the future doesn't look too good. That it does look like a big old dumpster fire. Like the house is on fire, and basically the zombies are walking around in it saying that everything's okay. And you and I are different. We know that that's not the case. We know that there's, at any given time, probably a dozen different things, more, less, a lot more, that's going on that could be that kind of final downfall. That could be that thing that just, it's that straw, you know, that finally breaks the camel's back. You and I know that. And we know that these things could happen very quickly, and they could be very devastating, especially when you consider how hyper-dependent this culture is on a functioning system. No one knows how to do anything. You know, 99.99% of the population, it's not even possible. Even if the circumstances allowed it, it's not even possible for them to go out and survive like the early pioneers and homesteaders. They just can't do it. They're not capable anymore. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the grit. The common sense has left them for some reason. And you and I are trying to rekindle that, because we know that things could get really bad. They may not get that bad, but they could. And so we try to prepare for the worst, right? You know, what's the old saying? Plan for the worst, pray for the best, hope for the best, plan for the worst, whatever it is. You've all heard it. And that's what we are doing. We're out here praying for better times. We're praying that there is a revival, that God's glory and light shines down on this world through his son Yeshua, and that there is a resurgence of traditional biblical moral principles, because that's really the only way that this sinking ship is going to keep from getting sunk. I mean, that's my opinion. I think we're at that point, past that point of no return, and the only way that things are going to really turn around is if the people turn around, if there's a change of heart, like deep inside of them, and that they see that this world's a wicked place and it's fallen apart because the people have become wicked and they've allowed too much of it in them. And so I think that's the only way, personally, that things are going to turn around, and we see that there's a possibility that won't happen. And so our contingency plan is that, the world and the United States doesn't turn around. And so we have to be prepared for the consequences of what's happened. And those consequences could be very great. And so we prepare. We get ourselves ready. And along the way, we also build community, because that's where it's at. I know that most of you are sitting there probably nodding your head in agreement, but say, yeah, but I don't have that. I don't have that, and I don't know how to get that. I've tried, and it's not working. Well, keep trying. I tried for years, and it didn't work, and then all of a sudden it just happened. And you can't say that it's just because I have a YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel wasn't that big when I started this. And there's so many people that do come that actually never heard of me and didn't know anything about a YouTube channel. That's always refreshing, to see new people show up and they had no clue that I was making videos. They just heard about this thing going on, that there's a group of people and that there's a whole area of the country that people are being proactive with what's going on. They're taking matters back in their own hands. And that's really what we have to do. Of course, I get it. There's this danger that these demonic elite globalists will still come after you, and that they're not going to let you do things on your own. We don't know that for certain. There's evidence that kind of indicates both ways could happen. But either way, we're not going to take this line down. We're gonna get ready for it. We're gonna kind of get ourselves ready, so that when we have to completely disconnect ourselves from this system, from this matrix, that we can survive on our own. And that's going to be hard, because we're in several generations now of people that have been very dependent, more and so with each generation. And there's very little wiggle room anymore for someone to be very, very independent. The system is built to make you, to force you to be dependent upon it. So it's difficult, but we can do it. And we can do it a lot better when we have other people around us. That's what we're doing here, and that's why I've donned this uniform on, and we go out and we actually take emergency 911 calls now, go on medical calls, go on fire calls, search and rescue, all this kind of stuff. Why do we do that? Well, we're giving back to our community, because we have the skill and the talent to do that in our group. We're also building a connection with people, and we're actually building community, because we're talking about these things a lot, and people are realizing that we're not some spooky, crazy, behind the shadows kind of people, that we're out there, and they agree with what we're talking about, and so we're very much accepted. But then there's also this other thing, when I talk about having training and learning to have skills to survive. Well, it's one thing to train and to go through that training to learn how to do something. It's another thing to actually put those skills into practice. And see, we're doing that. We're learning how to respond quickly, kind of like the Minutemen used to. I'm learning. Of course, I've always known it, because I used to do it in the past. But our team, they're learning how to respond very quickly to something, and to be able to keep their wits in a high intense situation, and to react, and to take care of each other, and to all the intricacies with it, radio communications, learning how to use a map and compass, learning and developing and honing your medical skills, and all kinds of other stuff. And so that's why it's important for us to be doing this. And even though you may not go down the same path that we're going down, it wouldn't hurt to at least look at it, and if nothing else, come up with something similar, because it's a way to build connectiveness in your community, in your tribe, your group. It's a way to hone those skills all the time because you're getting better and better at it. And it's also a way to reach out to others in the community and build something bigger. And that's really what we need to be doing, because if you think that you're just going to be an island, that you and your little homestead, you and your little house is going to be an island, and that everything around you is going to crash and burn and you're going to be okay, I don't think it's going to work that way. You're making yourself an even bigger target. You need to move that barrier, that wall around you out a little bit further, and so that it includes other people around you. You know, the king in his castle didn't just him only live behind the wall. You know, most of the city lived behind the wall of the castle, because the king knew that he couldn't defend the castle on his own. He needed other people. And not only did he need other people to defend it, but he needed other people to feed the people that are defending it. And he needed other people to heal the people that were defending it. And he needed other people to build things and to fix the walls and all that. And so they realized that the walls had to be spread out bigger and included more than just the king. It's a similar kind of concept. We can't just be focused on building the wall around ourselves, because you can't do everything on your own, and you certainly can't do everything 24/7. You need to have others. And so you've got to expand your wall, expand your perimeter, and bring other people into it, and build relationships, and earn their trust, and you earn their trust. Because that's really going to be the best way to make it through all this. Because, yeah, it's a dumpster fire, folks. The house is burning to the ground, and everyone's just sitting by watching it. I mean, there's a lot of positive things that we can talk about, but the reality is there's not a whole lot of good things that's happening right now, other than people waking up and people coming together. And maybe that's enough. And I want to encourage you to keep doing that yourself also. Keep building relationships, keep reaching out to people, keep trying to build something. Because at some point, some of you may actually do it. And when you do, you're going to be better off. You're going to be more prepared for what's happening and that will come, and probably not too far off in the future. Folks, you really need to be getting your houses in order and your communities. You need to be preparing mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.